just start to question what everybody feels like is authentic to them and how they can continue to walk it even if it's uncomfortable. Because yeah, I still in my body is working through when I'm fully in alignment and I'm wild. I will be out there full of color. It'll be all types of different things that don't match because I'm also working multidimensionally, I don't care. Hello, Christian. How are you doing?
Hi there, Z. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I am just sitting here and wanting to have a chat about being outside the box. How you feel about that?
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. I've always, I think all my life, I've tried to keep myself in a box, even though I've been aware that I'm not meant to be in a box, through conditioning. Uh, so I'm finally now coming out of the box. I had an interesting vision, I don't know, 10 years ago, 9 years ago. Um, I saw my brain in real great detail, but in like a scientific illustration type of way. My brain in a box, and the box opened, and as my brain was rising up out of the box, my brain opened and showed me another box with another of my brain in, and then as that rose out of that box. Then I saw another one. So it was three within three consecutive brains, three consecutive boxes. And that sort of like signified to me that it was an emergence of my consciousness out of the box.
Wow, three of those, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
That
it's quite
sounds like
incredible.
a good time.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
cool.
like, I think I've had plenty of visions like that. And I'm like, I've never been in this box to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I say. It was self-imposed, through feeling like you didn't want to be. I didn't want to be seen, or you know, be under the radar, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. How do you feel about
Mm.
being seen right now?
It's a new thing to me. I want to be seen, and it's an exercise in letting go of holding on to what the perceptions of other people are of me, which really doesn't matter. To be authentic, you've got to be yourself, and the right people will connect because of it.
That's right. That's right. I called you out on this one, so we can do more of this together and build some confidence with being
Yeah,
seen.
sure. Yeah, that's good. It's all a work in progress.
It's always a work in progress, I'd say. What were you like when you were little?
I think I was quite individual. I had quite a unique upbringing in that my mum and dad were quite young, especially in comparison to all of my friends. So I think my mum was 19 when she had me. So all through my life, I've been aware that my parents have been obviously my mum and dad, but they've been much more friends as well. Whereas other people's parents were just their parents. Um, so I had a fairly unique upbringing. It's pretty free to do what I wanted, really. And up into as a teenager, I was free to express myself how I wanted. So the teenage years were interesting. Very, very self-conscious individual, and yet had bright blue hair, foot tall Mohican, dressed in leather and studs, but didn't want to be seen, but presenting myself as a spectacle that really turn heads when I walk down the street. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a long time ago.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm rekindling my inner child. I've
I know I
coming out of the
appreciate
box of my
that.
inner child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm actually gonna do some rainbow highlights here soon in my hair. So I saw that yesterday and I was like, oh, you got some hair color. It's a good time right now. Get it.
Yeah, I love lots of different colors in all aspects. I wear quite colorful clothing a lot of the time, uh, and I love colored rocks and flowers. I love surrounding my life with color.
Oh, I love that. So do I. I love surrounding myself with color, bouts of randomness. My inner child is the number one who's kind of running the show, which I fully allow that to be an expression because otherwise I feel like I would be very much so still in the box here because my inner child
Yeah.
is that natural expression of myself, my natural authentic self. And
Mhm.
my inner child when I was little was so far outside the box that I mean, you can't really do anything to put her inside the box. Luckily, I had a mom who was very supportive of that process, and
Uh-huh.
I remember just being very aware in consciousness when I was little, super aware that I felt like the constructs that were out and about were just really stupid. And so I was just always like, why are you guys doing that? Why are you playing? This is really ridiculous right now. And I could tell when I was little, like, whether people were being fake or they're being real. And I would always interact with like the rockers or those people who are super authentic but totally out there and most people wouldn't want to interact with. I was always with them when I was little.
Yeah, I identified with the older group of rockers and punks around the town that I grew up near. So I was always hanging out with the ones on the periphery, on the edge. And it's still the same to a degree, even though I've conformed in lots of ways with a regular job over the years. But that's coming towards the end of its life now as I move into other things.
Heck yes, you are. I'm excited to see you in person again and make some more
Oh,
music.
yeah, too right. I'm coming to the
That's
States. I don't know when, but I'm
right.
coming. I'm going to be there.
We're popping way outside that box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super glad that I'm definitely not in that system. All right. What do you feel like outside the box has to do with our current process in humanity?
Well, I think it's time for people to, stop conforming to what their idea of how they should be, what their life should be like, what it should look like, what they're involved in, what they do, even if they're parents like myself. Uh, when I walk downstairs with after colour in my hair, my son's like, "Oh my, really?" And I was like, "Sure thing, son, it's happening." So, you've got to be. Uh, free to do what you want, obviously without hurting anybody else or imposing on it your will on anybody else, but free to express yourself, to be authentic, I think. And it's really important for people to let go of all of the constraints and the ideas of conformity and how one should present and be themselves.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Just cycling back up to being fully authentic and
Yeah.
also how many ripples that makes in consciousness when you're doing it.
Yeah, I think doing so inspires others to do the same. Like I went to a Pilates class this morning, and it's an older group of ladies. I'm the only man there. Um, and there was a few comments about coloured socks, coloured hair, coloured crystals. But I can tell that there's inspiration there as well. Uh, so maybe next week they'll all be in brightly coloured leotards. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I actually appreciate that. I got a few colored pieces this last week, or I'm excited to get out there today. I mean, aside from this, which I'm really excited about right now, which is really bold.
Yeah, you're
Um,
full of colour. You're always helpful. Your background, your t-shirt, the hat, the
gotta get the
earrings.
pop. I gotta get the pop going. Yeah, no, it's interesting because all of even the spiritual constructs that you see out there with, I have even had questions like, I'm really surprised that you wear a hat. Doesn't that shut down your energy and frequency? I'm like, no, no, it amplifies it actually, because that's my perspective. You want to know why? Because I love hats. And my inner child loves hats. And if she loves hats, guess what? We're going to be in alignment all the time.
Yeah, I've come across that kind of I don't know, misconception. I would think. I mean, I wear a hat a lot. I've always liked hats. I'm bald as well, so that's part of coming out of the box. I'm bald, but I don't give a fuck. I've grown my hair. I used to shave it, and I really liked it shaved. It suited me short, but I don't want short hair. I want to grow it. They're my antenna of connections to the universe, and now I want to add color to it. So again, I don't care really about what others' perception of me is.
Yes,
I'm doing what I want,
it's
coming
a
out of
thing.
the
It's a
box.
thing. And and this is everybody's perspective is different on this. And as I'm just bringing this out to the world to just start to question what everybody feels like is authentic to them and how they can continue to walk it even if it's uncomfortable. Because yeah, I still in my body is working through. when I'm fully in alignment and I'm wild. I will be out there full of color. It'll be all types of different things that don't match because I'm also working multidimensionally, I don't care.
Well, the clashes are things to be explored, I feel.
I would
It's
say so.
an explosion of frequency at the end of the day. And I think that is really inspiring to others or some people.
Yeah, so like how
Yeah,
can I be a canvas of myself today is usually what I wake up
yeah, sure. A
at. What
walking piece of art.
exactly, because we are,
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what do you do? Like, what do you do internally? What do you tell yourself, or what do you emanate when you come across judgment?
Well, there's external judgment and there's internal judgment. I have to work very hard to tell myself, I get a feeling like colouring the hair, or even growing the hair in the first place whilst being bald. So there's a lot of internal dialogue that goes on to say, right, oh, yeah, okay, I want to do this, but it's kind of a definite. It's been perceived as a bit of a no-no to have, bald head and long hair. I kind of wanted to revolt against that. Uh, so I do have to work hard at reminding myself that it's what I want to do and it's to make me happy and feel good. And it really doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Anybody else's opinion is like, don't need it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So I do have to work hard at it, and it's continual reminders. Breathing is the biggest thing. Every time a worry comes in about, oh, what's somebody going to think? Or I've got to go to Tesco's. Oh, I've got purple hair now. Just have to park that, do a few deep breaths, and center myself, ground myself, and just to be happy in who I am. So those are my methods
I
for getting
appreciate
over those hurdles.
moving through them. I feel like it's a daily process of what might come
It's
up.
continual. Yeah, it's continual.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'm extremely sensitive to even the slightest shift in a density or a sound or a frequency. So when
Mhm.
I'm out and about and I'm fully like embodying all of it, and I got some major judgment yesterday. I was out and about walking, um, at a football game actually. And there was some definite judgment coming my way. I had some words pass through, and he's like, "Can you see like no one else is doing that? You're setting a bad example." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Well, thank you for that." And
Well,
also,
from my perspective, it's a wonderful example, an inspirational example for me, and I'm sure many others.
it is for sure. So it's for me like, okay, I appreciate where you're at with that, and also, it's only gonna have me turn up the weird heat even more. I'm gonna get a lot
Yeah,
weirder.
I'll do it. Yeah, I kind of work the same way. So in response to those things, I'll do what I'm already doing, which has generated the criticism but in a more extreme form. So pile on the color even more.
I got a little bit of rebel in there, but also, I know that I came here to disrupt and sh shift the game.
Yeah,
So,
similar.
if I'm doing it and I'm the only one in a whole football field that's doing it, which I wasn't. I'm sure there's other people out there that I'm gonna keep turning the heat up and giving people permission to see that for themselves. And also I'm gonna enjoy myself in my own crazy, wonky, colorful existence that I have because I'm happy about it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that reminds me. I went to see a band not so long ago, and it was kind of it's a metal kind of heavy band. And I just got dressed in the morning, put on my orange t-shirt, and we're going with my friend. And then we get to the gig, and it's just like a sea of black. Everybody in a black t-shirt, apart from me and my friend. I've got orange on. He's got bright yellow on. And then at some point, my friend's disappeared to go to the loo or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, thank goodness for you wearing your orange t-shirt because everyone's got black." And I go, "Where is he?" "Oh, right there he is." So he stood out in the middle of the crowd. Yeah, just glad that we were unique in that situation as well.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to be doing more and more of it. It's always been that aspect of me though. Ever since I was little has always been that bold outside the box and breaking it and very aware of constructs that humanity has had that just really never fit me. And now I'm getting farther and farther outside of that box, just to
Mhm.
represent myself in a way that keeps me in alignment, and which is way farther outside the box than for me and I could ever possibly imagine. Right? It's way far away from all that stuff, but busting it open.
Yeah, sometimes I'm aware that people are looking, and I think, why are they looking at me? And then it clicks. Well, you got coloured hair, you got massive crystals shoved through your ears. Is it any wonder people are looking? But then the next thought is, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter at all.
Really
So
doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. I honestly, I don't pay attention to it much anymore at all. It just doesn't like it's not a part of my facet. And what that does is it narrows down that view. So those that are super authentic come in my way, whether they be nerds or, they're gamers and that's where I get a co-align with all of those guys because they're far outside the box and really everybody else kind of just starts to disappear. I don't really resonate in that space with that way, regardless of if they are or they aren't. And I think that's a beautiful aspect that's coming in with our human consciousness right now is like it's going to keep narrowing so that we have the right people coming our way and it's super clear.
feels like that's happening right now.
We're doing it right now, Christian.
We're doing it right.
Oh, well, I'm excited about this. I really want to talk about, being authentic and it's really stepping outside the box, regardless of whatever perception or anything that you felt into, even in the energetic realm, which for me is like my natural canvas of home, right? But for me, in my perspective, that's also not spirituality. I don't have those constructs running through there either because, um,
Yeah.
they don't fit my parameter of who I am.
Well, likewise, just in terms of say meditation, I do sit in meditation and I can still my mind and I can be quiet and still inside. But it's not particularly something that I would say that I excel at, or I kind of really want to incorporate the philosophies and the methods of meditation into everyday waking life. So, I use a
Yes.
lot of affirmations. If negative thoughts come up, I literally replace them with a minute or two or three with a positive love vibration affirmations
Absolutely.
and coming out of the box and doing things differently also applies to music making that I've been doing over the last few years.
Hmm.
A long time ago, I was into kind of music production using Ableton, but I found that the amount of time that I spent doing post recording, production, and editing detracted for me from the creative process. So in the last couple of years, I've been really getting into kind of raw recordings where I play stuff live for a few minutes and then I'll do other live layers over the top. And there's a lot of unintended sounds that end up in the recording. But for me, the unintended imperfections, as they could be perceived, there's perfection in the imperfections. So I'm happy with that way of working, even though it could be perceived as others as being, slapdash, sloppy, less professional, less polished.
I appreciate that
Uh,
so
but
much.
for me, the frequencies that I want to be expressed are coming through more fully in that method of working.
I'm really excited about that because I do have BandLab and I've been working with frequencies and sounds for a second, but I hopped into Ableton and I was like, um, I felt like my whole day was kind of spent trying to like get certain things in the right order and space. So I might be getting in tune with you a little bit more to see what I can do about those layers and
I
tones.
mean, BandLab's a really good app. You can do detailed editing and production techniques with that app, but because I'm using it on my phone, I'm just less likely to spend much time tapping around. And I'm really keen after doing regular jobs and life the way it is to step away as much as possible from the computer or sitting at the
Sure.
computer.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of my work recording is standing up, moving whilst I'm doing it, and even the editing or what little editing I do is on the fly as well, so I can keep the movement and the body going
I
whilst
like it.
I'm
I like
yeah.
it a lot. I wanted to circle back a little bit to you coming into this space. And I respect everybody who's running that spiritual path. I have done that,
Mm.
where that for me has been pulled into every waking second I'm in a meditation. Like It's not even, I would say, it's my full connection. It's like a symphony all day long that I run, where I'm hitting a particular tone. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna splash that out there. Let's see what happens there. Okay. And I'm constantly walking that because that's creation in the universe. And that's why I like bringing up the sound and the songs to this because I'm constant. I hear it all day long, and I'm creating my own sounds, whether I'm outside, whether I'm inside, whether I have the washing machine running, and that's a part of my experience, right? Like that's where I feel like I co-align with you because I want to do more things like that, where there's these random pops of things running through there that are actually like, oh no, that's really the sound of the universe coming in from this part of it. And you might feel like it's an imperfection, but it's really such an entire aspect of everything, and it's really beautiful.
With any sound like that, taking the washing machine as an example, at points I might be cooking or something, the washing machine's going on in the background, and the rhythmic sounds of the washing machine, I'll actually tune into that, and I'll start developing and humming a tune that goes with it, and with the rhythms of the drum going round. So it actually, even something as mundane as doing the washing, can be inspiration for new rhythms. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I like to record is tiny little things like that. Or even like when I'm walking, because I go out to the mountains a lot, like just walking, record that aspect of it and have that in part of my tune, and then I'll hit the wind at some point, right? And I'll record that aspect of it. So I want to do more of that and bring it into a piece where it's all natural in that facet. And
Yeah,
those are the
that sounds
instruments.
good. Yeah. Well, you could take those sounds, and you could you can do all sorts with them, add effects, and you can rearrange them so that they make a soundscape. You could do also. It's
Exactly.
infinite, the possibilities of stepping outside the box. Your imagination is your only limitation.
That's
Basically.
it. Yeah, yeah, I would have to agree with that. And I would definitely say to everybody again, really like kind of question yourself what you feel like is right in your phase and where you're at right now. And of course, it's all perfect in timing. But what would it be like to step outside the box? What would it be like to create a sound or a song, even of yourself? Because I consider myself a whole symphony even right now. I'm made up of different tones and tunes and colors of what I am in this specific moment, but to really kind of just drop in and to listen to what the sounds are inside yourself and the sounds are coming from you. I've got like cars, a few cars going by, but I can hear the wind. I've got my washing machine going on, and I'm gonna tell you, like I'm having a good time in here.
You're raving inside your heart.
I'm
Yeah.
raving inside my.
Well, it's
That's
true for
gonna be
me as
my
well.
name.
I like drumming. I've been making didgeridoo, so I've learned to do circular breathing for the didgeridoo. And whilst playing the didge, it's not just a simple case of the continuous flow of air. It's
Yeah,
toning along with it. I really enjoy singing bowls and bells, and I tone along to those. So a lot of my recordings contain a large degree of noises that I make with my my body. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I love it. All right, what would you say to anybody watching this from your perspective?
Well, take the plunge, step out of the box. Anything that you've been thinking of on the back burner, little bits of inspiration, or I'd like to do a painting of that, or I'd like to go singing. Embrace it, do it. It doesn't matter what other people think, and it doesn't really matter as long as it makes you feel good and you enjoy it. Just go for it. That's what I would say.
I would concur with that. Yeah. All you guys watching this who are really, if you're watching this, you are kind of popping outside that box. So thank you. uh, I would just encourage you to allow all those little imperfections into the space to be a part of you and to embody that and have them empower you. And like for me, it could be one moment I'm gonna do a little chalk art, right? Doesn't matter what it looks like. I don't really care what it looks like. But that one line or two lines is an aspect of me in the universe that I get to create in. So whether it's your body that you're using to create some noise, or all of a sudden you feel like dancing, or all of a sudden like me, like I will dress up in my onesie and I will go sing on the streets. I encourage you all to do that because as far as frequencies go, when you're in alignment with that natural tune of yourself, the authenticity, you're in alignment, period.
To perhaps not focus on the end result. I think there's too much focus on, oh, what's it going to sound like? What is it going to end up like? Then, but if you're enjoying the process, I think that's the key thing. Enjoying the process, and the end result will be as it is, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah. No attachment to
that's
outcomes.
okay.
I know when I surrender to that, like no outcome, I'm just gonna
Mm.
go at it with my natural essence, my soul, and my body. What comes out is pretty dang amazing. Even when I'm
Yeah,
just randomly painting and I don't have it, I don't have anything that I'm supposed to be, I'm just there with the colors itself.
yeah,
I've had incredible pieces come out because I'm communicating with the colors in my soul, and I have no idea of how that's going to turn out.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
You don't have to be perfect. You're perfect as you are. So I think the key is to feel good expressing yourself in the ways that you want to and be happy about it.
Absolutely. And for me, like honestly, the things that don't make sense, like the weirdest aspects of myself, even if like all of a sudden I pop a giant tune in the store, which I do. Whether it's like an opera, I've done that before where I'm just like, ah! Like
I'd love to hear that.
Um, or I'm sitting, in the park, laying on some grass that I decide to bring home and put on a part of a canvas. Everything is art. Everything is you, entirely you, and the encouragement to just get out there to be seen within yourself first and really not give a shit what other people think is a step forward in us being able to really co-create with each other and do more of that and align with each other in the way that we want to do here.
Well, talking of the co-creation, thank you very much for providing some flute playing, which we've put on a track together. So I think that's going to be aired quite shortly with another friend of ours, Honey.
Yes.
Maybe people will enjoy that and look forward to doing some more collaboration in the future. So if
Yeah.
anybody's watching that perhaps wants to collaborate and is inspired, then yeah, get in contact.
Yeah, get in contact with either of us. I'll have his information down here below so that you can also get in contact with him. And I'm really excited about more of these with you, actually. Whatever that turns out to be, I'm excited about our co-creation. And whoever's
Mhm.
watching, I personally, for myself, would love to co-create with you too. I like to walk beside y'all while y'all are creating, and for us to have a big, giant, fun party. So let's do it.
Likewise.
All right, Christian, thank you so much for being on
Thanks
with
for
me.
having me on. Much appreciated.
I'm going to ask you to come on more.
Yeah, sure. Look forward to next time.
All right. Okay.
Take
All right,
care.
guys, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Lots of love.
Bye.